This is Remix Report with your hosts, DJ JD and DJ J Spring. For the date of
July 14th, 2010.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 73 of Remix Report. I'm DJ J Spring.
And I'm DJ JD.
And today is another edition of Playlist Wednesdays where we'll pick a song and we'll talk about how we mix into it and out of it. And normally we try to pick something that's maybe a little out of the ordinary. And today's song is going to be an old school crowd favorite. It's Tricky by Run DMC.
Yeah, this is a really classic track. Perfect segue track to transition from just an up-tempo, maybe house or dance. What am I trying to say here?
It's really good to transition to any other genre, really. I mean, because it's like an old school hip-hop song that's upbeat, which most of them aren't 128, and it's also considered kind of to be almost a rock song in a lot of ways. You'll hear a lot of rock cover bands do this song, and it's definitely acceptable to play at a rock bar too. Yeah, so it is a good genre segue.
It always gets a good reaction, always gets people singing along, jumping up and down when they hear this track. An example that we're not going to do, but is really, really common for this track, is to mix in or out from Push It by Salt and Pepper, because they're both kind of similar sounding tracks, similar time period, so that always works. But my example that I'm going to show you is mixing out of it. So this would be kind of segueing into a rock set. It's going to be going into Your Love, the Rockcon remix by the Outfield. And why don't we take a listen to that?
In the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside. And it's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. How is it, Dave? Tricky. And it's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time it's tricky. Josie's on a vacation far away.
Alright, so that was my example, segueing into a rock set. And I do that quite a bit, especially at Scorpion Bar on Thursdays. Usually works really well.
Now, myself, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I do with this and how I mix into it. One of my first choices is if I'm playing some upbeat house and I want to go back old school, I'll put on my friend Jason's remix that he did of Whoop There It Is by Tag Team. And that has a cappella out, which is perfect because the version of It's Tricky that I play is actually a full tilt remix that has a 32 beat intro, I believe that's 16 bar intro, and then it goes into the part where it says the speech is my recital, which is kind of a little quiet, but the crowd usually recognizes that part. Sometimes I fight with myself over whether I should kind of include that in the part I'm mixing and not let it play till the chorus actually comes in, or if I should let the crowd hear that little speech is my recital part. Lately I've been leaving that part in, so let me play this this tag team example, and then right after that I'm going to play my other example, which is I'll play Seraphine's redrum of Fight for Your Right by Beastie Boys, and this example I'll actually bring in the speech is my recital lightly, kind of quietly raising the volume underneath the Fight for Your Right chorus. So this one, I'm very big on being a clean mixer, and this mix actually has some words over words, but I actually have it like that on purpose. This is one of the few examples where I almost feel it's okay, and you guys can judge for yourself. So I'll play both these examples now.
Recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. It's the fight. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. Your princess class like it's some kind of jerk.
so those were my examples, and you heard Jason's examples before. Please let us know what you guys think. This is definitely a dope track that you guys shouldn't forget about at all, because this definitely gets the crowd going, just like Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, it's super classic, always works. And like Spring said, that last example where the words are kind of going over each other, most of the time you don't want that, but of course there are exceptions to every rule, this being one of them. So just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. Sometimes you can get away with doing things that you wouldn't normally do or don't normally like to do, but just work right in that situation.
It's almost like what your English teacher used to say when you were in high school: you don't ever start sentences with "and." But it's kind of funny because you notice if you read the newspaper and all the columnists and stuff, they don't follow any of the English rules at all. But it's like once you get there, you feel like you know what you can get away with and when you can get away with it, and that's kind of like one of these situations I look at.
Yeah. So let us know what you're playing with it, how you play it, all that good stuff. Log in, register, leave a comment, or hit us up at remixreport@gmail.com.
Later.
remixreport.com